Hello and welcome to session 2 of 3 for Bubblegumshoe. This is a quote-unquote teen detective story game based on the Gumshoe system, though this comes from Evil Hat, not from Pelgrane. Gumshoe is a system I have a love-hate relationship with. I'm trying to get used to it. I'm running Trail of Cthulhu right now, and that is much crunchier than this is. So this is kind of a relief in many ways. This does take from sort of like Encyclopedia Brown and Veronica Mars and all kinds of sort of YA detectives things. We're leaning a little more we can lean a little more into the anime. We certainly have put Detective Conan down as one of our things, so melodrama can go high in this. And certainly the kids last week were able to push the adults around effectively in that scene. But our city is let me get to my little NPC note saying our city is Oak Creek. We'll talk about what that means in a bit. So this is a teen mystery game. This is part of the Gauntlet Hangouts. If you're curious about that, check us out at gauntlet-rpg.com. You can find out more about that. You can subscribe to this channel and watch a whole bunch of videos with people you don't know. It'll be all exciting. Anyway, so this is a teen detective drama, which means we've got sort of the issues of teens and challenges of interactions, relationships. We have as a basic safety tool on the table X card, which means if we hit material or approaches or subject matter or even tone that is off for you, you can mark that, and we'll roll past that. We'll kind of edit past it. I've played with everyone here before, so I know they're all familiar with that as a basic safety tool. And today, last time I ran from a little demo module that they had to do as a sort of the last half. Today, I've tried to kind of sketch things out a little more openly. So we'll see how this goes. One of the things is I'm a very bad judge of how long an adventure takes. So we'll see. We might get this done tonight. It might take us this session to the next. I have no idea. Despite many years of GMing, I can never make that judgment effectively. So we are going to introduce our characters. We have 3 returning characters, and then we're going to talk to our new player about what they're thinking about and get them kind of pulled into the mix here. So I'm going to work my way across the spreadsheet here that we have. We're using a Google spreadsheet for this. And we're going to start with Kennedy Williams. So Agatha, please tell us about Kennedy.
Kennedy is, I think she's a little bit different from how I envisioned her initially. I thought she was going to be some like quirky ghost busting nerd, but that's not it. I think she's actually like a popular kid at school. She has, I think, a lot of social clout, or at least that's the vibe I'm getting so far. She's a part of the Ghost Facers Club, which is a ghost hunting / mystery club. But she doesn't seem to take it as seriously as I thought she would. She's more like hey, everyone join my club because that's a cool club kind of thing. And she lives with her dad, single parent, fam. They're really close. Her dad doesn't really know what to do with her because she just kind of does her own thing. And surveyor. She's smart and she's kind of socially savvy, but I think she gets like distracted very easily.
Did she found the club, or was the club there before she got there?
I think the club was there already.
Okay.
And I don't think she's like the club president, but she kind of took over.
Okay. Fair enough. And we know the one relationship we have down for you definitely is with your dad, Deshaun Williams, a land surveyor, which means kind of gives you access to certain kind of records and things like that.
Yeah. My dad and I are tight.
Okay. All right. Then let's come to our next member of the Henry D. Thoreau Collegiate Institute. Please tell us about Buck.
Oh, right. Yeah, Buck doesn't talk like that. Buck's a little more. Actually, you know what? Buck came out a lot more aggressive than I thought he was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was going to be like a somber, sort of sad kid, and he turned out to be a kind of vengeful, like get revenge kind of kid. So maybe there's something there. We'll find out why he's like that.
Had
Maybe
a
it's
strong sense of justice last time.
yeah, he did. He's so Buck is I don't remember exactly how Buck is Cole Sprouse. He's sort of based on Jughead, but not full Jughead from Riverdale. He's wears a lot of grays, a lot of layers. He's the photographer for the school paper, so he's probably got a and he exclusively uses rangefinders as a point of pride. Yeah, so he's but yeah, he's way more aggressive than I thought he was going to be. And his mom may or may not be a witch, and we still don't know what happened to his dad.
Yes, he came from the spooky town a couple of towns over.
Yes.
Which I think did we give it a name? I thought we did.
Did we name the town from a couple towns over?
Spooky town. Oh, Greenville is what we call it.
Okay, so we'll just take Greenville.
Yes, that was the one you gave me, so that's the one I put down.
Oh shoot, what did I name the paper? I know I forgot to write it down.
Paper.
The Walden Husk.
The Walden Husk.
Yes, thank you.
Because of the cornfield, the scary cornfield out back of the school. Virtue is work. Work is virtue. All right, that's awesome. And you blackmailed someone into giving you essentially more role in the yearbook, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just implied that it would be great if I got to take some of the photos for the yearbook.
That seems fair. All right, so let's come to Allison. Sherry, tell us about Allison Sobchak.
Well, Allison Sobchak up to now has been primarily sort of her identity has been that she's on a bunch of the sports teams. She does track, she does volleyball, she does softball. She's a middling to good athlete, and her mom is a trig instructor here. So she's played life very safe. Her mom has always warned her of all the social pitfalls. She's always been highly concerned about like looking bad in front of the adult staff that are friends of her mom or friends of the family. And then this last weekend was like a revelation for her. Like they got into trouble. They pushed around an adult. Interesting things happened. She got invited to the Ghost Faster. She has no idea what they even do, but it's like sort of exciting, and she's all in. So there you go.
And you know the school physical plant person. That was
yes, exactly. So Mr. Darden, he's like a family friend, and probably for most of the teachers' families would be is sort of highly trusted. He tends to be the guy who's always around. If you need someone to watch your kids while whatever, you can take them with, or send them off to spend time with Mr. Darden, who's usually taking care of the grounds, taking care of the animals, and he has no problem with a little trail of kids following him around.
Awesome. Let me talk a little bit about system here just before I come to Lauren. You have academic and interpersonal skills. Those are your what we call investigative abilities. They'll have a rating. If you have a 1 in that ability, that's all you need. That is all you need. That means if there's a clue that you can find related to that, then you can get it. What you can do during play is you can also spend those points to get extra bonuses, extra benefits, extra information on finding a clue. So let's say that Sherry wanted to intimidate someone to get information. She has 2 in her pool. She could do a 1 point or 2 point spend. Even if she spends both points, she's still considered to have at least that skill, so she can still get clues. The pool there is just essentially to push your results. And I'll suggest things, or you might say, hey, can I make a spend on this? Academic skills are mostly sort of the sort of research and sort of general information skills. Interpersonal is about working with people to get things. Most of them are self-explanatory. Grown-up face is your ability to convince grown-ups that you belong somewhere, to push your way in. That's the one that's sort of most off. The other skills that you have, the other abilities, I'm going to say skills, even though they're called abilities in this game. I'm going to apologize right now. I'm so used to saying skills. The other ones that you have are general. These are abilities that are rolled. And the way that works is you're just rolling a single D6, a single horrible, painful D6 of super randomness. And usually I'll tell you a difficulty like 3, 4, 5. Before you roll, you can spend points from the relevant pool. So let's say you need to make an athletics check to climb over a wall. I say it's difficulty 4. You could conceivably spend 3 points, which means you'll succeed. You will do it. I mean, even if you roll a 1, you'll make it. Or you could spend less and make it risky. The pools will generally refresh at the end of a mystery, but you can also take scenes to help you refresh. Most of those skills are fairly explanatory with a couple of exceptions. Cool is your social hit points. That's pretty much all your hit points. So how you manage to stay in throwdowns, social conflicts with people, push yourself to get into situations that you don't really want to get into, that's all based on cool. Filch is theft. Preparedness is having the thing you need. I happen to have, a stapler with me or whatnot. And then throwdown is the let's have an argument. That's the thing you use for accusations and revelations and pushing people. That's what that skill is about. So, Lauren, what are you thinking about for your character?
Well, I took a look at everyone's amazing characters and saw a huge lack of nerds and goodies. So I'm definitely feeling one of those archetypes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the things that you can do is you can kind of take a look across and see if there's any of the skills that maybe we have an absence of as well on the other ratings. And you don't have to spend all your points. You can throw them in as we go if you want to as well. Sherry, you were saying fashion. We have no one with fashion.
I could be a fashionable nerd.
No, wouldn't that be cool? That would be like the best kind of fashion. I mean, best kind of
sorry. I have fashion. I have fashion 1. But no, I mean, I think it's only 1. So
okay. You're really cracking up there, Agatha.
Awesome. Reminds me how to read. Do I have a total of 4 ratings to sort of throw around, or however many there are there?
So what you've got is I've got, if you choose an archetype build, then you'll also have whatever is on this build. You'll have a couple extra points to spend on the academic, 3 extra points for interpersonal, and then 12 points for general.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can just copy and paste those ratings into there and then play around with them as you wish.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. Ooh. Tossing around the idea of a fashionable nerd with no idea what pop culture is. That'd be interesting. I like being an oblivious nerd, so I'll for sure take one out of there. Yeah, I'll give a 1 to pop culture and a 2 to fashion. Yeah, I'll be a fashionable nerd. That sounds fun.
Okay.
Ooh. I want to be good at flirting.
A flirtatious nerd.
A flirtatious nerd. What else are we missing? Like, what else are we missing in terms of interpersonal?
See if there's anything. They've actually got a little bit on everything.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, so you can back them up.
Sweet. I feel like, yeah. I like one there. Take some out of that. And let's put one there. Take that away. And yeah, why not? I'll place type.
Okay. That is fair. So, do you have a name?
Good question. Why names are always so hard? Let's see. Let's go for Cameron.
Okay.
Cameron. Jones is a good last name. There you go. Perfect.
All right. So you've said a fashionable nerd. The others are all sort of sophomores in high school. You imagine that you're probably that age, or are you younger or older?
Yeah, I think yeah. I was feeling like a sophomore age. That sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would Cameron Jones look like? How are you picturing them in your mind?
I'm glad someone said we don't have any fashionable nerds, because I was desperately searching on Pinterest for some nerds, and I was like, why are they all so hot? So
because it's Pinterest.
Yeah. Shoot, and I did find one, but now of course it's missing. But ew, yeah, he looks like someone I would hate in high school, which is interesting.
Okay.
But I picture, let's go with this guy actually. So like I'll copy this image link here.
Oh, that's right. You're a little bit older, Kurt.
So I figure like 90s is back end, right? So just like flaunting a bit of like the 90s fashion with the shit kicking boots and like skinny jeans and like plastic glasses.
You've got a little smirk to you there. I can tell. So
yeah, lots of smoldering probably. Okay. And smirking. Yes, totally.
So so for our smoldering fashion nerd, what makes them nerdy?
Ooh, this is a good question. What makes Cameron nerdy? Oh, I know someone said like photography and journalism, and like what's this prom council, school council, like the
student council?
Student council. So like, I can see him sort of being a student council type, or being like an aspiring writer. Maybe he does like fanfic in his spare time and doesn't tell anyone about it.
That's his thing. Is lots of fan fiction. Does he do slash fiction as well, or just the sort of fan stuff?
Oh yeah, totally
Okay.
Slash fiction.
Okay. Absolutely, and there's a big community for that. For young people, that's a huge thing. But you don't think he that's not a thing that Cameron talks about in school?
Probably not. Like maybe there's like a couple of people he shares his like OTPs with and like ships and that kind of thing for the fandoms that he's into. But for sure, like all of his Tumblr friends, he's definitely got a Tumblr. But it's probably not a thing he's very like out and proud about.
Agatha has the best question. Which fandoms?
Oh, which fandoms? Oh, I gotta pick some that I know. I feel like he's probably into his comics and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely into his comics.
Like mainstream comics or more indie stuff?
Ew, I feel like he toys around in the mainstream, but he's definitely like a huge follower of like Image and like the indie scene, because like that feels like Cameron's level of hipster. It's like getting in on the Image comics.
Okay, all right. So, how do you think that these others? What's your relationship? I'm going to ask you about what's your relationship. Let's start with Allison. Allison Sobchak. She's an athlete. Her mom's a trig teacher. You do know her. One of our default assumptions is that you all do know each other and are reasonably friends. How did that come around?
Ooh. I could do a couple of things.
And Sherry, feel free to jump in on that.
Well, what if we both have the same English teacher, one of those who's very into being inspirational, the way Robin Williams was in that one movie. And so like we both sit in the back and like just do our vocabulary cards and try to stay out of the scene, or maybe not, I don't know. But I definitely hang out in the back and stay away from all of that stuff.
I would love to hang out in the back with you, because I feel like, I could probably skate by in English. Like I think I know what I'm talking about. So like we can totally chill out in the back and do like vocab cards and stuff. Also.
But you're not into learning the deep lessons of life through Dylan Thomas and those kinds of things. All right. What about what's your interaction with Buck? Buck's a little bit older. He does hang around with the younger people. He is on the school paper. What do you think that connection is?
Well, yeah. I mean, if Buck is a photographer, I mean, I could see likewise being on the school paper and contributing to some articles there for sure. What do you think, Kurt?
Yeah. So do you do is it like opinion stuff, or do you do is it all fiction?
I'm probably trying to build a portfolio, right? So like I probably try and dabble a bit in like doing some of the vox pops for like lighter months, and then doing some more like investigative pieces, as well as like doing some more like opinion pieces, and just trying to build a portfolio.
I think Buck is super into investigative journalism, so maybe we were out like getting the scoop somewhere, and that's when we bonded or whatever.
I love that.
Let me swing back a question on Cameron. Would you say, I mean, this is a private school. Is your family well off? Did you get a scholarship? Are you just in because you had a family member who had been in here or worked here? What do you think that is?
I dig the idea of it being through a family member. Maybe that's a good question. I wonder if it's like that very classic, like Cameron being the black sheep of the family, and like other previous family members were like sort of prestigious, like athletic scholarships or like sort of that kind of thing. And so he's like the Jones that didn't go down that route.
so like I assume that you and your brothers and sisters all kind of look alike, and so they all know, your brother Theo, and so on, and they call you with that. Is an alternate private school, yes. So you have to live up to that. I assume then you're the youngest.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
I'm often like Theo's brother, or like Leslie's brother or whatever. Like, yeah, I never get referred to.
Right.
to Cam.
Probably a good break. So maybe when your last brother was a senior, you were a freshman, and so you're the last one, the sort of forgotten. All right.
Yeah, totally.
That works. Let me then ask you finally, what is your relationship to Kennedy Williams, and how is it that you got sucked into the Ghost Facers, a ghost hunting / mystery club?
Okay. Am I roboting, by the way?
You're doing better.
Yes. I think we're tight.
That sounds good.
Because I'm tight. So I put my my clique as artsy kids, and I think you fit that like artsy kid, but not actually like an uncool nerd. Oh my gosh, Kennedy. So obnoxious too.
I love this. We're definitely tight.
We're the worst.
Yeah, I feel like our levels of obnoxiousness are very synchronized.
Yeah, I think we definitely go to like different cafes and like talk about things, and then does that mean I have a MacBook? I don't know if I can deal with this. Yeah, and then we like maybe sometimes like scroll through Instagrams and then say like, oh my gosh, look at that outfit.
Totally. And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm for sure into like investigating the weird shit and stuff, because like they might make a cool article, like they might make a cool article for the school paper for sure, potentially. And either way, I just like hanging out with you, so like it's a win-win, really.
Yeah, it definitely was like, you have to join my club.
How can I say no? Like, you're fantastic.
So we take up a couple of weeks after the prom, which had kind of a pall hanging over it, that there were some weird issues the weekend before of the decorations for this Greco-Mytho-Roman themed Percy Jackson inspired prom, and rumors would have come out about that. No one knows exactly what the story is, but that has certainly hung a pall over it. And Miss Dean, the vice principal, who is super officious already, has been a mammoth hard ass the last couple of weeks, like vindictive and kind of unpleasant. And certainly you, Buckethead, have felt her watchful eye throughout that. But I'm going to start with you, Allison. And what sport is going on right now?
Oh man, just after thinking. Oh well, we're getting revved up for. I would guess for softball, wouldn't we? Yes. Isn't prom typically in spring?
Yeah, that does make sense. So we're kind of in that spring. It's a little bit nice out. You are there after school. What position do you play on the softball team?
Well, actually, I can do second base. I'm quite good at that, but a lot of times I'm just support for the rich girls. So if they want to play second base, they get to, and I do the outfield.
So you're kind of on the bench at this point, and one of the other girls on the team comes over. Her name is Presta Silvara. Her nickname is Popper. You're not sure exactly why. Some person said it was because she hits pop flies all the time on the thing, but she is always a little kind of off. She doesn't like when she talks to you. She never quite makes eye contact. She's always kind of looking sideways, and her hair is that kind of immaculate, messy that you're still not sure if that's purely natural or if she spends hours doing it. You've tried to figure that out, but you haven't been able to do it. And she comes over and she sits down next to you and she says, "Hey, Allison, you like hunt ghosts, right?"
Well, I'm going to, yeah.
Oh, so you like haven't hunted any ghosts yet?
Well, we did some. She goes, not yet, but
Oh,
we got a whole set of places lined up. Why? Do you know about one?
yeah, maybe.
Oh, that would be huge. Tell me.
So, you know, I really like when I go and do stuff. I don't like to put too much effort in.
Hmm.
And so I signed up for the audio video class. And we went out and we went and we were
Who's we? Is we
Oh.
like are the three Seths from audio video?
Oh no, God, no, not the Seths.
Okay.
They just work in animation.
Oh.
You know, they got the whole QuickTime Flash stuff. They're still working with that. No. We were out. Some of us were doing this little film. I'm just kind of along, because the director's kind of hot, and so we were out at like the Mossberg house like about a week and a half ago. We were filming this film, right? And she pauses. You're never quite sure if she's high or not, but she just takes those long pauses like she is. She goes, and like it was spooky out there. We were filming during the day, and it's like a horror film we're doing, and it was spooky. Like it was weird. Like people said they saw things. The Mossberg is an old ruined place. It's out by E.B. Pines, and like so people got a little nervous there. And then so afterwards, like a couple days later, like the window in the AV room mysteriously cracked from end to end. And then like a couple days later, Jurgen, he's the hot one. Have you seen him? Oh yeah. Anyway.
Is he a senior?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
He's the senior of my dreams. In any case, so Jurgen said he saw like ghosts outside his house, like people walking around like spirit ghost things. But then this morning when we came in to the AV club, the hard drive was missing. Like the whole like the footage and stuff they did was missing. And so I thought maybe it was a ghost.
Ooh. Oh, wait. So you don't have any of your footage if you lost the hard drive, huh?
I don't know. You know, mostly they tell me what to carry, and I get to stand around and I hold what the boom mic.
Oh, yeah.
I'm good at that. I can get it right in the scene if I'm really good. Yeah.
Okay. So
maybe you can ghost bust it?
I bet we could. Would it be cool if we talked to Jurgen?
Yeah. I didn't tell him I was going to go talk to you. He was kind of upset. He went to the vice principal, and she said, you know, they would have somebody look into it and that. And he's upset because this is his big senior project.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, you should
help him.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. And if you did that and helped him and then told him that I set you on it, that'd be sweet.
I got you, Presto.
Okay. So, yeah, you should get your little, what do you call yourselves?
The ghost facers. Because we face ghosts, I think.
Oh, I see. I wouldn't have gotten that one.
It took me a while. But it's just a theory, too. But
okay.
That's what it is.
I thought it was some sort of rap thing. I wasn't sure.
If it is,
and there'll be that
whistle where somebody she gets very insecure there because she really doesn't know.
There'll be that bit where you realize that the coach has been calling Silvara's name for like a good minute.
Okay.
And she's like, "Oh, I gotta go," and she kind of wanders aimlessly towards the outfield where she's swapping out for someone out there.
All right. Awesome news. I will take that back to the group.
Okay. So where would you gather your colleagues? Do you have is there a club room for the Ghost Facers? Is it the malt shop? Is it a coffee shop? What do you think? And this one I'll put to the person who is sort of the guiding force behind the Ghost Facers, Miss Kennedy.
I think we definitely meet at like a local coffee shop, but I am open to the name of the coffee shop. It has like fair trade beans for sure. Okay. But I don't know what else.
Buck, what's the name of the coffee shop?
Okay, so it's been there, seen that.
Being there,
and it has like an art installation, so it's like
okay.
they do like a gallery in the back.
So it's been there, seen SCENE that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. They got an art installation in the back. Sometimes they've got little bands in there that do Celtic music. Because that's easy. And they've got some people who do drumming. They've got those sticks that you turn from one end to another, and it does the rain stick. There's a person who just does that. And there's the big bulletin board of all kinds of flyers and things like that, but they've also got a chalkboard that people can write in cool stuff on, and nobody ever writes anything cool on it. But there it is. And so we take up with the four of you having been called by Allison for a meeting of the Ghost Facers. Let me ask this then, Cameron, is this your kind of place or not? Is it too much? Is it too little?
I feel like it is, because as was established in chat, it's like a hippie place, right? Like it's not a hipster place where like you go and take your MacBooks or that kind of thing to go and write your screenplays. This is like a good honest like hippie place.
Yeah. They have it's the like the management isn't Cajun, but there's all kinds of like Cajun breakfast sandwiches and stuff that they make. It's very weird.
Yeah. And I think a lot of specialty lattes as well. Like, yeah, they're unique to this place.
Yeah, got a little thing of gelato that nobody buys, so they all have a little skin on it in the display thing. All right.
Yeah, it's like you've been to the coffee shop by my house. Gelato up front that no one eats, and then specialty lattes, and then like interesting breakfast sandwiches with an oatmeal flavor of the day. Actually, so I can picture this place clearly.
Yeah. So the four of you meet to talk about this. Allison, how do you present this to them?
I say, okay. So Presta, you know her, right? Hopper Silvera. Anyway, she's on my team. She's in the AV group, but the ones who are doing a film. And so they were filming out at the Mossberg place. Mm-hmm. And everyone was like, oh, it's all creepy. There's stuff out here. And they like freaked themselves out, but still they shot for the day and then they came back. Then they said, the next day when they came in, it was like the window for the AV room had a big crack from top to bottom.
Like a couple days later.
And then Jurgen, that senior, he's the director of it. He said that he saw like ghosts walking around his house and stuff after that. They looked like, walking spirits. And then a few days later, someone stole their hard drive. Well, the hard drive went missing. I mean, if it's ghosts, it's not really a someone who stole it.
I mean, I don't know how ghosts could steal a hard drive.
Right. But they can make it go missing, right?
No, I mean, like, Yeah. Okay. But if someone stole their hard drive, then like obviously someone doesn't want people to see whatever like they saw.
Oh, thank God. That's what I was thinking too. But maybe it's ghosts.
I think I scoop the whipped cream off of my coffee and hold it down for the little black cat that lives in this coffee shop named Dark Roast.
Dark Roast. The cat is enormous. It is fed on the leavings from 10,000 lattes over the years, and it makes its way around, but not fast these days.
Really, Buck? You know that it's gonna get indigestion.
Yeah, and then it'll clear out the back room, and then we can have a comfier seat.
That's so gross. Oh my gosh. Allison, you're really into this. I'm into it too. I think yeah, we should go talk to this Jurgen. I don't really know.
He's
AV Club.
senior. Supposedly he's hot, or at least he's pressed his version of hot. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I know all the
All
Cameron,
the hot guys? Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah. Cameron, you know this guy?
I mean, not really. Like, sometimes I run around in his circles, but I try to stay away from AV Club. The sets just, like, freak me out a bit.
They are really weird. It's true. Like, even for our school, they're really weird. Yeah, let's go talk to this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in. Let's find out what happened.
Where do we find him?
Well, so you've got a couple of choices. You could try and hit him up at school the next day, or you could call him up out of the blue. Though that's a little presumptuous and probably would cost you some cool to do, because he's a senior.
Man, seniors are hard. Can we text him?
Do you
have
want
Jurgen's number?
What?
Why do you have his number?
Yeah, that's the question.
Is this a thing?
She sort of stops and goes, well, I mean, I know what it has to be. So essentially, she has access to the school directory, like for contacting people, like where they send out the things. It didn't even occur to her that would be a thing. So she would be like,
you call up your mom to do that. So I think that's a 2-point spend from your mom relationship.
Oh, Mom.
And she's like, oh, you want Jurgen's number?
Is he cute or something?
He is a handsome young man.
I had no idea.
So I am told.
I just need to speak to him.
Yes. All right. She seems pleased. So
I hate him now. It doesn't matter what Jurgen does. Now I hate him.
So you text Jurgen Zalak is his name.
Okay.
What do you text him? Do you text him to meet? What do you think you do here?
I would if Kennedy wanted to text him, I would let her do that. I would just pass the number over. I'm very much about the pecking order, so I give her that opportunity. And then I say, just to doom Jurgen forever, I say, my mom thinks he's cute.
Kennedy, do you wish to text Jurgen?
Yeah, I guess I will.
All right, you're a sophomore. That is a 1-point spend off your cool.
Spend it.
Okay. And then how are you? What do you want to? Do you want to have him invite you over? Do you want to tell him what's going on? What's your tactic here?
Wait, I'm not the one with high flirt.
That's right.
Cameron. Yo, Cameron, give me some pointers.
I'll totally give you pointers.
Yeah. So tell me one pointer that Cameron gives amongst. You've got some flirting, so you can give advice to Kennedy. What is one piece of advice you give?
Oh God, this is where role playing comes in real handy because I'm really bad at flirting in real life. You.
I know what I'm gonna text actually, but give me a pointer regardless.
Yeah, what's a good pointer for flirting with seniors?
The senior of someone's dreams.
Senior someone's dreams. Yeah. Well, I feel like you shouldn't be too eager, right? Like if he's as hot as senior, you should like just act like you're also super hot and also a senior. That's some good advice.
So what are you texting your?
Yeah, and you have to do that in a text.
Yeah. So
it's all in the emojis.
Yeah, use like don't use proper like English. Use like a lot of like truncated language because then it seems like you don't care.
I think Kennedy like gives you a look like really. So all lowercase, hey, and then like wink face, and then LMAO JK. Kennedy from the Ghost Facers. You got a ghost problem or what?
You get the little dots. What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm like thinking, and then if there's it's like the typing dots for a long time. And then I like R-bomb him for a while. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna reply for now.
Okay.
Let's wait for 4 hours and then I'll text him again. Even though because I'm really extra. And then I'm like, lol, just meet at back of what's like a good where do people usually meet at school? Oh, lol, just meet at art club.
Okay. And when you finally do reply, he clearly has been waiting. Like he wanted to reply back, but he's a senior, so he couldn't reply back when you were doing that hold off thing. He was like stuck in that loop. And he writes back essentially, who you talk to? Question mark. Question mark. Question mark. Like who is it that told you about this?
Okay. I'm going to reply immediately this time. Lol, be there though. THO.
K. You just get a little K. That's it. Like he's kind of a little maybe put off, but
is it followed by a period?
Okay.
K period.
Period. So if we cut forward to the next day, is it all of you? Or is it you interacting with Jurgen and then we'll check in with everybody else? Or how do you want to do this?
I'm cool either way.
What do you feel like? Buck, Allison, Cameron?
I'm wildly curious.
Okay.
Even though I already hate Jurgen.
Okay.
I'm down to go.
Okay.
Yeah, totes.
And so you meet after hours or after the at the art room, essentially just after school. It's probably down from that maker studio. It's where all of the clubs that do and groups that do that kind of thing. We probably got the home economics. We've probably got the auto shop, all of that kind of. They're all on this sort of wing of the place. And Jurgen comes in and he's tall. And lanky, he's kind of all elbows in some ways, but he's good looking and he kind of knows it. He comes in and he looks around and walks over to where you're at. So you're Kennedy, huh?
Yo, what's up?
Well, I have to ask you what is up. You're the one who sent this message to me.
Yeah,
got
you have a
that
ghost problem?
slight European accent. You're not sure how much of that's put on and how much of it is real. And he's like, who said that?
Does that really matter?
He looks around. I don't think it's a ghost problem, but it's a real problem for us. Like, bad.
Like someone been thieving?
I do not understand what you mean.
Someone has been taking things that don't belong to them?
Yes. So, I mean, there's weird stuff after we did the filming. And I don't know. And he like hesitates. You can tell that there's some things he's not saying, but he says, but somebody took the footage. And it was the big middle chunk that we did out. We'd only been able to get a little bit over on the Avid. So we hadn't had a chance to really work on much of it.
Hey man, look. If you want our help, I promise you we can keep a secret. Like if you don't want our help, that's fine too. I just thought I'd offer.
No. And he looks at Buck in particular, and he says, I heard that you guys like got in Miss Dean's face.
Why do you need me to get in somebody's face or something?
No, it's just that like nobody in the school's taking this seriously. Like they think that we just lost the hard drive, that somebody popped it off and took it home or something.
Well, did you lose it?
No, we didn't. I mean, it was there the night before. We finished out, and it wasn't there the next day when I went into the AV room.
How many people have access to it? Like, how many kids were in there with you?
Like, there's a bunch. There's the group of us that are working on Black Lily, and then there's the animation kids, and then there's the
Seths.
Yeah, the Seths. And then the ones that are trying to do the documentary.
All right. Are you in a competition or anything? Like, are you going to win something if you have the best film? Or is this just your school project?
We don't even have, we have a shape to it that we're still, and he pauses here, kind of working on. And we haven't even really gotten anything. It's not even a film yet.
Can I spend a reinsurance to be like who do you suspect? Like, it's okay. Like, we can keep a secret.
Okay, let's make a 1 point spend off your reassurance.
Okay, did it.
He says, the only person that I've so after we did the shoot, Olga Ray, she's the writer. She's the one who kind of sketched out the scenario. She and I had a disagreement about some of the things that we were going to do and some of the footage. But I can't imagine that she would take in the hard drive for that. I don't think so.
I mean,
why'd you say her name? Then do you think it's someone else?
No, I don't know who else. Why anybody else would take it.
Did you see anyone around?
Like a few nights before, like 3 or 4 nights before, I was downstairs and my parents were out, and I was being recreational, and like there was somebody outside the house, like, and I thought it was a ghost. I went around the house.
Why do you think it was a ghost?
Because people had gotten in my head after that whole when the filming, it was kind of the Mossberg place was creepy, and I've been watching a lot of horror films because Black Lily is going to be real groundbreaking horror feature, and so I might have been it might not have been a ghost.
So did you catch sight of him through the windows?
Yeah, there's just somebody in a hoodie, ghosty hoodie, the cloak hood thing going around the house.
May have been like a neighbor or something. Like, what? Are you out in the middle of nowhere? Like, why is it weird that someone's near your house?
We're over in Knollwood, and we don't even have sidewalks there because they want people walking around.
Yeah. All right. So you had a ghost hoodie.
It had a ghost. It was a ghost hoodie, and then a couple of days before that, when we came in, the window had been cracked in the AV club room, and it was all kind of spooky looking. And then a couple of days after that, we lost the hard drive.
Okay, so wait, so the window broke while you were filming the window?
No. Like, so we went and we filmed on the weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we came back in, it was on Sunday, and like on that Wednesday when we came in, the window was all like splintery, like cracked. It was freaky. Okay. Mr. Dean came down and he put tape on it so it wouldn't come in and all that stuff.
All right, so there was a dude in a hoodie. I mean, I'm sorry, a ghost in a hoodie, and
look, I said it was in the moment when I said ghost to the group. At the time I thought it was just like, let's get into the whole spooky thing, like really buy into the whole Black Lily, legend and all of that, but maybe it's gotten out of hand.
Okay, so go ahead.
Sorry, when he says the Black Lily legend, is that a legend around here? I would spend on town lore.
Spend on town lore. Okay. This is the local equivalent of Bloody Mary. Okay. But essentially it's a girl who was got lost in the caves outside of town, and then wandered around. And if you're walking out in the caves or out in the woods, sometimes you'll hear her weeping off in the distance, that sort of tremulous sob. And they say that, if you go up, if you see this girl, and she's hiding there, with her back to you, and, she's crying, and you need to get away, because if you ever see her face, Black Lily.
Got it.
Because her name was Lily. She's wearing a black dress.
Oh, it's not because she's black.
I'm sorry. There were two Lilies in that grade.
Yes. So, yeah, we're doing that whole thing as a. Ooh.
Okay, but like she doesn't wear a hoodie, so
no. But it's just I was a little high, and I wanted to kind of it was all good with the.
Okay, why don't we just take a look at where the hard drive got taken?
Okay. We can go down to the AV room, and he will turn around, and that gives him a little more like you're going into his space a little bit. So that probably gives him a little bit, a better sense of, control over the situation. And you will go into there, and you'll see, of course, the animators, the Seths, the triplets are at the back. They all dress somewhat alike, and they're all working. It's weird because they're all working on different stations, but they're like coordinating and they're like not talking. Like they're super weird. And they are working on that, and the documentarians are working on that. You see, they've got all this footage they're running. You see lots of shots of corn, like just lovingly photographed corn. And you'll see the area that Jurgen's working in, and let's say that probably another one of the team is there. Just so I can drop another picture into the thing.
Yes.
Let's drop Olga's picture in here for you, and then let's drop one of the other kids. Where's Olga?
Oh man, Preston's hair is amazing.
Yeah.
Those lips are so pouty.
Olga Ray. And there are 5 people total on the team. Here are 2 more of them. And this is Manuel. Yeah.
Everyone is so hot at the school.
They are super hot. I'm like,
it's a CW show.
I think I have a crush on Olga. Wait, no, Manuel. Wait.
Everyone's got the poutiest lips. Like everyone's just like, pity me, but don't.
So Manuel Braga is he's a freshman. He's clearly younger. He is the nerd by way of CW. So he's still super handsome, but they've got him dressed so he's not like I've got all the nerd sign on him. Like he's probably got the horn rim glasses on, and he's got all kinds of buttons on his jacket and stuff. And you can see that he is kind of working at the audio video, the machine. He's clearly trying to find something. And Olga's there, and Olga kind of gives you a scowl as all of you come in. And Jurgen, clearly seems a little defensive. And he's like, yeah, this is where we lost the hard drive. And he'll point to this USB cable and this little thing, and where there ought to be an external drive.
Olga's the one who had the artistic differences, right?
Yes.
Who has computer, by the way?
Maybe me?
Computers.
Oh, I have computers. Jokes.
The joke's on you. I have it, and so does Cameron significantly.
Yeah, Cameron has like 6.
So we're such good friends.
So I haven't heard from you, Cameron, for a bit. So when we come into this scene, what would you do? Are you still hanging back? Are you going to talk to people? What do you want to do? Want to push Braga out of the way? What do you think?
Good question. I feel like since Kennedy's here, like I feel like a bit of a unified team, like I could probably support these people. Like I'm pretty fashionable and hot and good at flirting with people. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
Ew, I guess like, hmm. I kind of want to like, yeah, suss out like, I don't know. Olga's got artistic differences, so like she's pretty shady.
You want to kind of
Um,
try and read her a little bit?
yeah. I might like maybe I'll smolder at her a bit and say like, hey, like, why the face? Like,
Do you want to make a like a 1 point spend on flirting?
yeah, why not?
Okay. So you're a good looking nerdy guy, but Olga's there, and Olga's dressed not as she is in that picture, but much more sort of like sweatshirt, kind of frumpy, a little bit. A shirt over. And when you do come over, and put that sort of flirting attention, and you're like, hey, what's going on? You will notice that she does do this thing where she kind of puts her arms like this, and she's kind of covering over her chest. And you will realize that you saw her like last year, and she is clearly developed in the last year, and incredibly self-conscious about that. Like she's dressed to kind of keep that super concealed, and so she gets her arms across her chest sort of defensively when you come in, even though she's kind of blushing a little bit, and she's like, oh, we lost the movie. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to have to film everything again. I mean, not that the footage was great, but it's just a whole nother, we have to get the equipment again and get out there and get the permissions and everything.
I think like Cam like coyly tucks a lock of hair behind his ear, right? It's like, see, I mean, that's such a shame. I mean, you lost it. I mean, but I've heard like a couple of conflicting things about like it might have been stolen or like someone like lifted it.
I mean, it hadn't been stolen. She doing the thing with her ear, and she's like, because I mean, it's not a ghost. There's no ghosts or anything. It's just somebody took it. I don't know why.
I mean, I didn't say ghosts, but you think it's ghosts?
No, people have been talking ghosts. Stupid Silva. She's, Silvara Presta.
Oh yeah, she's the worst.
Yeah, she's terrible. She can't even hold a boom mic straight. This is not a tough thing to do. You put it on a little mount, put the boom mic there, you move it with the people. It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's really not that hard.
So, yes. Yeah. So no, I mean, but I don't know who would have taken it. I mean, she looks over at the Seth and she goes, they don't want it. And there's it's not like the documentary kids would have any use for it. And there's lots of other equipment here. It's not like somebody would steal that to hawk it or something.
Yeah, strange.
And yeah, she's kind of opening up a little bit to you. She does clearly, there's something she's not saying about the footage, but she definitely thinks someone took it.
Can I totally like sort of position myself between like me and my friends and sort of lean in a bit closer and be like, hey, like if there is anything you want to tell me, like if you like, what if anything you say is between you and me, like you can trust me.
No, it wasn't great footage. If we have to do it again, I'd be happier that way.
I'm sure it was great footage. Like, I mean, I feel like a dog saying it, but I really admire like the work that you do around here and stuff. Like you're quite the artist.
And she kind of well, and she'll get tongue tied, I think, at that point. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's come to the others here. You come in, you see Cameron moves off, kind of gets Olga a little bit away, so you've got some room to work with the others. What do you three want to do? Who wants to to talk to someone or do something? What do you think?
I definitely think under my breath I scoff and say, artists use film. And then like keep
I think I'd definitely smack you on the shoulder.
Like, well, we don't have a film editing suite or a dark room here. It's all video now. Get with the times.
all right. But okay. So like I'm gonna look around the desk and see if there's anything that would have jealous bug. I'm gonna look around the desk and see if there's anything. It's just like there's just a USB just sitting there or like a Thunderbolt that's not plugged into an external.
Yeah, it looks like they had an external drive for it, and essentially that would have been the one they had, with the camera, and it's just gone. I think that's your primary thing. You have photography, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you would know that they probably lost most of the stuff, but there's probably a little bit like whatever they were working on scene-wise, there's probably some of that still on the machine. Does that seem like a fair answer?
Yeah.
And it's really a matter of how much they were working on or how much they got done.
All right. So
and you can also see enough photography to see that they've got pretty good equipment.
Yeah.
Like the school provides a nice setup.
They mentioned they said something about having to rent equipment, right?
She'll say he'll say, well, we had some rain that day, so we got some tarps and other things we had to rent for offsite stuff. I mean, we got some lighting for doing internal stuff, but when you're working outside, we got to take lots of battery packs and stuff. I don't know if you've ever worked outside in the field and done real in the field filming or photography, but it's a lot more challenging than just still photography.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry, but still is thank you. Still photography is, I mean, you can't compare it, right? It's just you have to capture everything in 1 second.
Still photography certainly doesn't compare to film video images.
Look, do you want to just show us what you have? Maybe there's something in there.
And he's like, Manuel's trying to get up what we can there. Let me check in with the two of you before Manuel pulls something up. What about you, Allison? Anything you want to do here before I move to that?
Yeah. Let's see here. And Manuel's going to be the one who pulls up the video or whatever?
Yeah. Which means he has control over what shows up and doesn't. Yeah.
So I think I'll drop back to Jurgen. Not that I want to, I really hate him. So, but not really. But
hey, is your mom Miss Sobchak?
Yes, I'm from the trigonometry subjects. Yeah.
Oh.
So
she's always been super nice to me.
She's a nice lady. I'm lucky.
And then Sherry froze up on that moment.
Notice anything?
Oh, sorry, you have to start again. You froze up even after
you
were
okay. So she really hates him.
Okay.
You know, that kind of thing of
oh, she's gonna have to drop and come back.
Like that like kind of. Were you on camera or were you?
We're gonna need you to Sherry. We're gonna need you to drop and come back. Sorry. Okay. It's weird, of course, because I can hear her downstairs, even as she's dropped out from here. So weird. It's like a ghost, a hoodie ghost.
All this questioning, does it look like the Seths are concerned with us talking about the hard drive?
No. It's not even like the Seths know you're there. They work in perfect triplet tandem on their projects. So, what did you want to ask or push Jurgen on there, Allison?
I wanted to get a sense of whether he was the one filming or if he was the one being filmed.
Oh, well, he will tell you that that day he was just directing. That Toby was on the camera because he's good at that, and that they had Olga doing her scene, and they had Silvara out there, and they had a couple of other people, doing minor lines and stuff.
So did you notice anything about the Mossberg house while you were doing it? Notice anyone moving around there?
No, but I'll tell you, it is a spooky, spooky place. We weren't really supposed to be there because, it's where people go to smoke and get high and stuff, but it has a really good look to it. And it's right on the edge of EB Pines, so the campgrounds are not that far away, but there's some private properties around there too. So we could have gotten in trouble, but we didn't. But it was spooky, and it started raining too. So it was freaky because it's all kind of like people have marked it up over the years with this, like the palimpsest of generations of people going there and doing their experience. So we're borrowing that ambiance for our film.
Okay. Because they didn't see anyone out there.
I was more focused on the directing. I thought it was just us. There might have been people from the campgrounds or something.
How far away would you say the campgrounds are?
Gosh, maybe 100 yards? I don't know.
That's not very far at all. Okay. Great. Thanks.
And what about you, Kennedy? Are you pushing on someone? Are you searching something? Are you waiting? What do you think?
Well, I wanted to search the computer, but it seems like Manuel is on the computer, so I can't do that.
You want to kind of sit down and kind of push your way in?
Do I? I guess I could.
What would be your interpersonal spend to kind of get him to give way? He is a freshman.
He's a freshie.
Yeah. So when you sit down next to him, he's like, "Hi.
Hey man, nice haircut. Can I sit?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks. And I'll just naturally take over the mouse.
Okay. He's and he's doing that freshman boy thing where he's scooting to get some distance there. And his face is super red at this point. So you want to try and maybe he's already kind of pulled up, like he's going back into the old batch files and things, and he's trying to find the footage there. You want to try and pull it all together?
Yes,
okay.
I do.
So that's going to be a difficulty 4, I think, with computers.
Oh. Right. Okay, difficulty 4, and I roll a d6.
Yes.
I think I'm going to spend all 3 of my computers.
Burn it to the ground.
Because I'm a big spender.
All right. In that case, let's shall we roll and let's see whether you just kind of squeeze it out or whether you actually are triumphant.
By the way, how do I find my role for your party link again?
I will copy it and put it into the chat.
Sweet, thanks. Okay. Oh. Does anyone want to help me?
Yeah, I'll help.
Well, you're already you're already
No,
spending.
you're busy flirting with Jurgen, and I am like, I got your back. So you focus on that.
I can help. It doesn't have to be computers, right?
Well, yeah. Well, how about why don't if you want to make like a 1 or a 2 point photography spent.
Okay.
And so to pull together what is going on here in the images, does that seem fair?
Yeah. So it will. Okay, so it's a difficulty 4, right? We know that.
I'm
Right.
spending 3.
And you're spending 3, so you're guaranteed to have at least a 4.
She's guaranteed to have a success. I'm having you sort of pull your photography onto that to get us like more information from this.
Okay, cool. So I'll drop 1 photography.
Okay.
If only because that means I get to lean in and block this kid's escape so he can't get away from Kennedy.
Okay.
Wait a second.
All right,
I'm
Kennedy.
trying to threaten him.
Let's have you roll. Oh,
I rolled a 4.
we're sitting a little close here. You will pull it up. He's clearly been going through this. You'll pull up the batch files, and they've got bits and pieces here. And there are a couple of things that you will notice here. One of them is there are a couple of scenes, bits and pieces of Olga doing her shots. Like they've started on a couple of scenes, and it's been raining, and she is soaked, and she's wearing white, and you can see that she is not happy about this. And they've got some shots of her that are perhaps more revealing than she would care to have in the cold rain. So that's one thing, and that you do think that maybe what she's having an issue with. But then, you've got some other shots here. Mostly, we've got shots in the basement. They've got some special effects things where people are swinging an axe, and they've got some blood spray things, and they've got just a shadow for Black Lily. They clearly haven't decided how they're going to present her on screen yet. But one of the things you'll see is as they are, the photographer, like in one of the batches, is doing some of the outside establishing shots. You can see that EB Pines, you can see the fence line for that, the pines, and you can see the campgrounds off that way. But sort of in the distance, just kind of at the corner of one of the shots, you will see these pair of figures in hoodies, and they've got these duffel bags over their shoulders, and they are kind of run walking off of this private property towards where you guess must be the road or something. And it's maybe 5-10 seconds, and the establishing shot is so wide that it's just something you almost don't catch.
Kennedy, did you see that?
I'm sorry, what?
Back it up.
Oh,
I prod Manuel.
Okay, hold on.
I'm sorry, I'm doing it, okay?
Oh, okay.
I back it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, you can
Please
pull
tell
it
me that's not a
back,
hoodie ghost.
and you can kind of it's just maybe 5-10 seconds of these figures running across there.
Oh my gosh. I turn around to where Allison and Jurgen are. Allison.
You're muted.
And she'll kind of catch us to be like, yeah. And so walk over to it.
Hey, Jurgen. Come here.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Is this your hoodie ghost?
It kind of leans in and he goes, it could be. Who are those guys?
Wait, What? Like, is that the person that you saw, or a ghost, or whatever?
I mean, it's just it's a hoodie, person in a hoodie off in the distance. It could have been.
So it looks like they're scampering off with some stuff. Scampering. That's
Yes.
a good word.
I mean, just because people have duffel bags doesn't mean they're necessarily sketchy. But also, they look super sketchy.
They look super sketchy. Super sketchy. What's back there in that property?
And that's where we'll take up in 5 minutes when we come back from our break. We're going to take our 5-minute break here, and then we'll continue on.
All right.
I really like our ghostbusting team. I think we are we are so much.
I have to thank you guys for making me feel like I can just be the worst. That's always a fun archetype to play, no matter what your clique.
That flirting was on point though.
Ah! Thanks.
I like how you're like, oh, I don't know how to flirt in real life, and then you're like, boom, bust it out.
Ah. I'm glad I could pull it out for the team. For Olga though.
Yeah, that's a good. I feel like that's a really good mystery. Like it's just you're like, oh, that sucks. School, teen, puberty.
So relatable. Yeah.
So funnily enough, I never had like, I don't think there, because you know how generally there's always that one person who kind of like fits like these kind of stories, but I don't think I've ever had that like one girl who like developed really early and then like got teased mercilessly for it. I don't think I ever grew up with that.
Man, oh god, I did, but it was sadly around the age of like, I feel like I was at like camp when I was 11 or 12, and there was like a girl that developed really early, and she got really.
This was Sherry's sister. One of her sisters had this thing, which is the sort of the life experience that we've taken this from.
Yeah, it felt real.
Yeah, it was a midsummer, and she wouldn't take her hoodie off. You know, long sleeve with the pockets and the thing and everything. And she wore that all summer long, even though it was incredibly hot and humid. So,
yes,
it was a bad time for
it. So let's come back. Jurgen is still kind of looking at this. From where you're at, Cameron, you see that Olga has kind of maybe been watching a little bit of this. You see her flinch when she sees some of the footage of her pop up on the display there. But Jurgen goes, I don't know. There's some private farm properties off that way. I don't know what's over there.
I think I first put like a supportive hand on like Olga's elbow, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, and she's definitely, you know, you've got the flirt spend, and so she's you know, probably does a little bit of a step in at that point.
Is it like really noticeable? Do the rest of us notice that she's like really uncomfortable with that?
I think. Let's see. You've got, yeah. I think you have a notice of at least one. So I think, yeah, you'll pick up on that.
Pretty sure I'm not gonna notice that.
Yeah.
With no notice, and a teenage boy is probably not gonna understand that plight. And I'm not gonna be weird about it, but like he's probably like, oh.
Allison, do you notice?
I think she came into it a little bit late, if that makes any sense, just to see the hoodied ghosts. So unless you've rewound all the way back to show the other parts, she wouldn't really be aware of it.
Okay, I'm a text Cam. Just like question mark.
It says so much.
What do I? Yeah. What do I take back? Guess I'm thinking like I wouldn't blame Olga if she just like flat out destroyed the hard drive so to try like mitigate this footage getting out.
Okay, so I text you and I give you a look like, and like sort of glance at Olga, but not super obviously.
Yeah, I might like nod a bit to Olga and like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. try and convey like a sympathy.
Okay, well, I would want to pull Olga aside to chat with her, but that's what I'm going to do.
Oh yeah. I'll give you an emoji thumbs up. I'll take that back.
I'll text back a dancing girl.
I'll text back a smiling cat face.
So I think my thing would be as well, who has a car? Because if we want to know what's going on, we're going to have to go out there and see what's going on.
Do any of you have a car?
I have driving 2, but let's see here.
I'm driving 5, but I don't think I have. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Get
I think
driving
Cam has
5.
a car.
Yeah, it's probably like I don't know, like yeah. I feel
Driver
like
is red for me.
I feel like if I have a car, it's probably my brother's car, like an older brother's car that I have to borrow from him.
Even though you have a 0 in drive?
Yeah, well, I'll tell. I was like, geez, Theo, like I will be driving it. Like Kennedy will be driving. Kennedy's a good driver.
I am a good driver.
She has her license?
Yeah,
Flash my license.
trust me this time, please. It's really important.
All right, but if you put any kind of scratch on it,
I know you'll kill me.
yeah, absolutely. And no one will miss you.
Shut up. It's just I am not the golden child, and they're like, oh, whatever, fine. Thanks, Theo.
So, do you want to cut out from the AV club then to go out and check that out, or do you want to do anything before you head out?
I would like to chat with Olga, but
Okay.
I don't know if Allison wanted to do something else.
No,
Just-
I'm fine with that. It was that I didn't pick up, essentially that it's that she would start making those arrangements just because that's where she sees it.
Okay, well, let's do a once
You
around.
have all the time in the world.
Yeah, let's at least do a once around and see what everybody is doing in the meantime. You've got, I think you've got we got Manuel here. I think the only person you haven't seen from the club is Toby. So let's start with you. How would you engage Olga? What's your approach there?
Well, I would literally like get Cam to like draw her aside, and then I can follow.
Okay.
And then just like when everyone else is like, "Oh, car," then I'll like go and chat.
Okay. So yeah, you get Olga off, a little ways away. Manuel's, trying to figure out maybe could he like print a picture from the thing, and Jurgen's like, well, I don't know, it might have been my ghost, but I don't know. So yeah, how then? If you get Olga aside, what do you do? What do you say?
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just we put a lot of work in that project, and we've gotta start again.
Does being in the shots make you uncomfortable? I know it's not my place to ask. I'm just wanted to check.
Do you want to make a 1-point reassurance spend?
Yes.
Okay.
I've got 0.
She will say, I didn't think we were shooting then. I hadn't brought anything else. It wasn't supposed to rain. And Jurgen and I don't want him to use that footage. And I think Jurgen wants a movie that could be shown on the Sci-Fi Network. That kind of quality of thing. And I would like to just do like a little student film and not have everybody see everything. I don't want that shown in front of the school. And I certainly don't want that footage getting out anywhere. I mean, and she'll say, someone has that hard drive, which means they've got all the rest of that footage. And, you know, all it would take is somebody to put that on the internet. I don't want that to happen. I mean, I don't think it's a ghost that took it. I think somebody took it, and I'm a little afraid that I don't know what's going to happen.
Girl, we're going to find this person. And we're going to delete all of that. Don't you worry. We'll talk to Jurgen. And
she does say, if you find it, we promise me that you'll delete that stuff.
I will give it to you so you can personally delete it.
Thank you.
I got you.
Let's come to Allison. As that sort of interaction is going on out there, getting the car arrangement. Anything else you want to do here before we move them on to the next scene?
Yeah, I want to get a bat. I mean, I'm getting my softball stuff, right?
Okay.
I'm sure I have that with me.
Yeah, you can go down to the locker room. You've got grown-up face, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So essentially, you go down to where wherever they're kind of working with the equipment, and you say, "I'm picking up my softball equipment," and grab it up. And even though probably you shouldn't be taking the bat with you, nice aluminum bat, you will walk out with it.
I do. It's like I know precisely what I'm going to do. I'd even practiced. If they'd asked me, I was going to say, "I'm going to practice my batting." Pretty swift, wasn't it?
Yes. Your clever cover story might have held up. That is perfect. Buck, what about you?
So I'm watching this thing, and I think I'm making him show me a couple more times, like the footage. And I think I go, all right, look, I know I gave you crap about the film thing, but I don't know. It's kind of good. Like, I'm digging it. I don't know what it is about it, but I'm into it. You definitely got a couple hoodie ghosts, and we should. I don't know. Maybe they saw you filming and thought that. What do they have in those duffel bags? Like, what do you think they have in those duffel bags?
Because I don't know. I didn't even see that. I think that's when Toby was doing all the establishing shots.
Oh, we didn't. Where's Toby? And I'll look around.
He hasn't been here today.
Why didn't Toby? Oh, okay. Well, when's the last time you saw Toby?
He was in here early this morning. Was up here through lunch, and I think then went home.
Okay. Well, crap. All right. Well, who has a car? I look around. Like, where did everybody go?
That seems like a perfect cut. And is there anything else you want to do, Cameron, besides strong arming your brother to get the car?
I feel like on my way out, I probably spawn over to Buck and rest. Like, if Buck is facing the computer, rest my chin this is on the top of Buck's head, so Buck would probably catch my reflection in the mirror, and I'm on the computer screen reflection, and I'm like, hey, we're writing a story about this, right? For was it the Walden
Husk?
Yeah, we could write a story about this.
Cool.
I mean, we'd have to take the footage, so we could watch it a few more times.
Oh, yeah.
To make sure that it, in case we need to review it or whatever.
Sure, Buck. It sounds good.
I can put it to a disc.
Whoa, okay. Listen, we gotta you know what? That's gonna pass. It's gonna pass. It's gonna be okay, man. It's gonna be okay.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
Let's give it time.
I'm gonna text you, Cam. Manuel is so cute.
Let's have a winky face and heart eyes.
I think we can cut from that moment to you, Kennedy, driving. Kennedy, describe to me what your driving style is as a teenager here. Is it reckless? Is it that you were taught by your parents to be super protective? What do we learn about you when we see you driving?
I'm not really sure what like the road stitch is like in a town such as this.
You're probably heading out sort of to, just outside of town. So we probably got some two ways, where there are trucks and things going by. And then probably to get down to where they shot, you do have to go down some gravel roads.
I think I am like my demeanor is relaxed, but I'm a very aggressive driver. So I said I'm a good driver. And I meant skill-wise, but I don't mean practically.
Okay. So there's a little more peeling and spitting of gravel and turns taken sharper than they ought to be. No one ever said to you, if your passengers have to like do this, that might not be a good turn. All of those things.
My dad taught me how to drive. He was only in my car the first 2 times, and then he's like, "Oh, you can do it," and I was like, "Yeah, I got it."
And your dad's never lent you the car since. So, Cameron, what's your reaction to this energetic display of driving skills?
I've got a question. I mean, I feel like Kennedy just wouldn't listen to me. Like, I feel like this isn't the first time that I've let her like drive my brother's car. So depending upon how Kennedy's responded in the past, I might just be white knuckling without saying anything.
Cam, I'm a good driver.
I know you're a good driver. That's why I trust you with my life, like quite literally. I can say quite literally, like I huck over to the side, right? Like as you take the corner a bit too sharply.
There's that moment where you hit like one of those pothole puddles there where the car just kind of goes down a good 6 inches and then comes back up and the water splashes up. And gravel road, uneven. This car was not necessarily made for that. What kind of car is this?
Ew.
I don't know cars, but
it's probably what's a good jock car for a Ford Taurus? There we go.
Okay.
Thanks, Scott.
And you will drive up, and you can recognize from the footage kind of where you're at, off to say the west of you is the fence line. Has a big sign for EB Pines, parks. You can see they've got pine trees. They've got a road through it with cabins. On the other side is a skate rink that they have attached to the campsite. And then this area back here is kind of an access road, and there seem to be some other fence lines and trees, and it looks like there's some other sort of farming private properties out here. But you'll end up at this sort of burnt out 2-story house. The upstairs is certainly gone. The downstairs is still intact. There's enough windows and walls and sort of just starting to cave in roof that it provides some shelter. And there's lots of tire tracks around here because people come out here to kids come out here on the weekends to drink and smoke and that kind of thing. And the 4 of you can unload from the car. bat in hand. What do you want to do?
Can we tell where the property line was that these guys were coming from?
Do you have outdoors?
I do have outdoors.
Why don't you make a 1-point spend for me here?
I will do that thing. I have spent that outdoors. I have no problem judging the tree line.
Yeah, you can see, you look, you kind of figure out where Toby had to have been standing to get that shot that you saw.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of go back, and yeah, you can see there is, where the other fence line is, and the property that it must have been, that they must have come out of to be heading there. And you can kind of judge that they would have been heading for sort of a parallel access road to this one, with some trees and things sort of, concealing.
Interesting. So if we walk over there, I guess, can we see the tracks that they've done this more than once? Is there any kind of sign of that being a standard parking place? No.
So it doesn't look like there's any back and forth tracks. And it doesn't look like that's been used. Doesn't look like that's been used as a spot multiple times.
Okay. All right then. I guess the thing to do is to figure out what it is that's back there beyond that line. What were they?
So here is the question I have for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go over onto this person's private property?
Yes. Yes, I do. Because I have no ill intentions. I merely wish to know a thing. So I have no sense of this as being problematic.
That is a 2-point cool spend.
All right.
And you four are kind of standing there, and
Bro, you cray? They might shoot you.
Ow.
You will see her kind of climb over this fence. It has a little bit of wire on it, and she goes over onto this side. What do the rest of you do?
I gotta go find wherever, like talk to the property owner. If is there a house on this land, or is it just?
If there is, you'd have to go all the way down and around to the front. This is big lands. This is multiple acres here.
Yeah, I'm gonna drive over.
Okay, so you're gonna go back to the car and head off. It's probably gonna take you a while to get around, figure out where this is, but you can do that.
I don't know if Cam wants to come with me since it's his brother's car.
I'm so torn. Yeah, I feel like Cam would go to make sure the car is in good nick. Although I trust you obviously, and I wouldn't ever doubt your driving skills ever, because
because I'm a great driver.
You're a great driver, and you kind of terrify me a little bit.
Okay. Buck, what about you?
Well, I mean, I can't just let Allison run off by herself. I'm the adult here, so I gotta go. I gotta go with her. I'm not.
Did you say this out loud?
No. This is some inner dialogue. Can't let these kids run off. Yeah.
You may be the adult, but that's still a 2-point cool spend because you got to trespass.
It's definitely, that's not a problem.
Right. So, I want to do the scenes with you coming over onto the property. And then I want to come back to the two of you driving around to the front. Okay. So you will get over onto this property. A lot of woods here. And you kind of start moving around. You did that outdoor spend, so you kind of, have a sense of where you're headed. You will, Allison, since you have notice of 2.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
you will notice that in a couple of places here, there are pinned up on the trees some Wi-Fi cameras.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
With like the tape over the thing for the light that shows that they're on.
Oh.
They made to so they don't show up.
Interesting. So I don't know. See, my thing is we're back here in an agricultural area, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your first assumption might be that it's pot, but I also know agriculture well enough that there are certain crops that are worth pulling out in a duffel bag other than pot or something like that. So I'm just not sure if they're like stealing ginseng or if they're, stealing pot or if they're harvesting pot and taking it off. So.
Well, I think within another couple of minutes here, walking along, you will see the red berries and leaves that are the surface signs of ginseng.
Oh, man.
And you can kind of look, you have enough outdoors that it looks like wild ginseng, like the stuff that's worth big money overseas. And it's at that point that you'll probably hear the crunch of boots coming this way, you two.
Okay, great.
But what do you do when you hear somebody coming?
Well, I grab Allison's shoulder and like duck down. Is there like a bush, some bushes or something?
Yeah. Do you want to do a sneaking?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Sherry, if you want to spend one on sneak to piggyback.
Sure. I don't know why he's sneaking, but I'll sneak along with him.
Okay. So, Buck, let's say difficulty 4 for this sneak roll.
Okay. Man, I can't let Allison get caught, so I'll just spend 3.
Okay. Let's have your roll.
Okay. Move this out of the way. I don't know what that one is. 1 red die. Submit. 5 plus 3 is 8.
So, what is it? What is the perfect concealment that you find?
Oh, okay. So you know those like there's those bushes that kind of grow all on the outside, right? So you can kind of fall inside them and they make this little not a topiary or anything, but those bushes that are sort of dead on the inside and the outside is the most. So we I go to pull and we fall, but it like is into this, and now we're in this like little dome.
Little like the front lawn of Totoro, kind of getting inside the thing and fall into the area there. And you will look out and you will see this guy, this hipster guy, looks like he's in his like early 30s. I put a picture of him in the thing. He has tats all up and down his hands. And he's, got a t-shirt on. He's got jeans. He's got those boots on. And he's got a shotgun. And he is moving around looking for whoever was here. And he looks mad. Like he has a look of somebody who is really, really pissed. And as he's gotten kind of a little bit closer, he's moving a little slower, like he wants to come up on and surprise whoever is here.
I think I get like too close to Allison's face, and I'm like,
she's like, do I know who this guy is?
Well, let's see.
What would be what? Because I'm used to put a name to a face. So is there something like that in here?
How about a 1 point town lore spend?
I'm for it.
Okay, that's how you make that spend for me there.
Okay. Oh, I already spent my town lore on Black Lily.
So you don't know who this is.
I'm the saddest.
Yeah, but I mean, I will say this is he's pretty distinctive, and if you go and ask around,
If we survive.
we survive
Yep.
this. So let's cut back to the other two. Drive around. Okay, find the edge of the property, go down another side road, eventually come up onto a main road, come down, and you will come to the front of this property. It's fenced in here. There's one of those closed drive-up gates. There's a dirt road that goes up to, or gravel road that goes up to this house. It's a decent house. It's got a deck on it. It looks like it's got a nice big garage on it. There's a barn off a little ways away that's falling apart, and then the woods behind it. And you come up here. This mailbox out here. What do you want to do?
I feel like it's only appropriate that on the drive over, I confessed I had an unrequited crush on Buck, right? After that shot of Buck getting too close to Alan.
Oh, yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, I think I drive a little more recklessly. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious?
Well, yeah, jeez, watch it. I can't, if fear kills me, I can't confess my feelings to fucking Buck.
No, you totally can't. Oh my gosh, I got your back. Oh
my god, I should have told you.
Oh, we're here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. The braking is hard there.
All the gravel like spits up from like the ground right as we come to this.
Oh my gosh, since when?
I don't know. It kind of just like happened, like kind of like when we like met at journalism club and stuff, and like that. I just shut up. It's embarrassing.
You're the one who brought it up.
I know. I wasn't. Oh, I like beat red. I'm like I don't know why I even brought it up in the first place.
Oh my gosh, this is so great. We'll talk about this later.
Okay.
Oh, so we like walk up to the property.
Oh,
and then
so hang on. Here's the thing: is that they've got the drive up has a gate across the thing.
Yeah.
So you're gonna cross over onto this person's property.
Yeah, I see that gate, and then I look at Cam. Oh, Cam, we should have brought Buck or Allison. Neither of us are white. They might shoot us.
Shit. And then I really couldn't. Yeah, I have to get out of this alive.
No, I'm serious though. They might shoot us.
Yeah.
Someone like actually shot my dad once, and because he's a land surveyor. Like, I'm not kidding.
Really?
Yeah, they might shoot you more than they might shoot me. It's true.
What should we do? Like drive back?
Okay. And I'll just yell. Does your brother have a megaphone in the car?
I probably does, right? Like,
can I spend a point of preparedness for that?
I think to have a megaphone is probably a preparedness 5, because that seems really obscure. But if you want to make a preparedness roll,
not if you're like a big team cheerleader and you go to the games,
or like what do they get, like the noisemakery like things you bring to sports games that I obviously attend and play.
Like an air horn.
You can I don't know, honk the horn maybe. Yeah.
It's okay. I'll just roll up like a stack of one of my essays for school into like a cone shape, and then I'm gonna yell into it. Excuse me. Sorry to bother you, but you don't have a doorbell.
All right. So you're hoping that this is going to carry.
100%.
Okay. I think this is going to be a difficulty 5 athletics check to project your voice.
I have 1 athletics. Cam, are you... Why did I even ask?
Hmm. Ooh, yeah. I don't know why you brought me along.
I don't know why I brought you along either. I mean, I don't regret it because of what you told me in the car, but
I mean, I can steal some things and I could like sneak past some stuff, but
no, I don't want you to sneak on the property. What did I just say
know,
about
I know.
shooting?
I know. I appreciate you looking out for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So,
I do have a question for you have had an additional 12 general points to spend on abilities. Did you spend those already?
Oh, I didn't. No, sorry. I misheard you.
You're more than welcome to spend them wherever you want.
Oh, thanks. Maybe I will. I mean, maybe I will wax them into aesthetics. Get small. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just quickly. I'll just get to whack 5 in aesthetics and
Okay.
I'm prepared to see it.
So, which would you prefer? Would you prefer to roll to see if you have an air horn, or would you prefer to roll to yell through an essay-made megaphone?
what is my preparedness? It's 3. So actually, I have a pretty good chance.
Yeah.
I can help that 2 down.
But you're also like freaking athletic now. So
which way?
That's okay. I'm gonna spend the preparedness to see if there's a megaphone.
Okay. So let's have you roll. And how much are you spending on preparedness for this?
I guess I will spend wait, so it's difficulty of 5. I guess I'll spend all 3. Unless you wanted to do the athletic thing. What do you think, Lauren? It's up to you.
I've got some preparedness too, so I can also just help out with. How do I help out? I can just give you some of my preparedness points. Is that how it works?
Yeah, you can spend points to assist.
Yeah, so I could give you 2 and it'll make it 5.
Oh, snap.
Okay.
I mean, you only need to give me once for me to like for sure pass.
I'm here for you. Whatever you need.
So spend those points, you two, and you'll dig back in your brother's stuff in back, and you will find like this megaphone.
Why does your brother have a megaphone?
I mean, he got into like a lot of political stuff, like like protesting, that kind of thing. Like I barely keep in touch with what he's doing. There's like other random shit in here too. Like I probably pull out like some bunting or like some stuff from a tailgate party, and like a hula hoop, and other random junk. There's like
3 dozen packs of Skittles back here too. You don't know why.
Oh yeah, and they're all like tragically very out of date and expired.
Oh yeah.
Do you want some Skittles?
Yeah, I definitely open it and start eating it. And then
when Skittles are like ancient of day, how they actually become sort of concrete. These are what those Skittles are.
Yeah, I like almost break my tooth on it. One of my molars. And I like spit it out.
And so what do you say through this megaphone?
And there's that feedback sound. Is this on? Oh yeah, it's excuse me, sir/ma'am. There's no doorbell to your property. I don't want to trespass, but this is me ringing the doorbell.
And that will carry. You two are hidden away in this thing. And we get this shot of you watching these boots come past. And that shotgun barrel, waving around. And he kind of walking the perimeter of this ginseng patch. You can see where there are spots that have been dug up. And he's like, "Oh, you little fuckers. If I get my hands on you, motherfucker, it's gonna be with all this. That's just gonna put a bullet in your wrist or what the?" And you see him kind of turn, and he actually puts the shotgun like puts it down in like control position. You see him like uncock it, whatever it is. I don't know guns. Essentially, and whatever you do to not have it cocked, decock it. I don't know. And he starts walking back up towards his house out of these woods, stomps out there. And he leaves. What do you two do? What do you do, Allison? What do you do, Buck?
I think we stay kind of still for a while until he's well past. And it's kind of awkward. It's like truly awkward for Allison because she is totally face to face with Buck.
I think he like leans in real quick. And he's like, okay, shit. I think he left, and he like looks away, and then he looks back and he realizes how close he is to your face, and he's like, "This isn't the time. This is not. Was this a?"
Totally. Yep.
So you guys take off back?
Yeah, we go back.
Okay. You two are out there at the car with the megaphone, and you will see that guy. He's about 5'9". He's got that t-shirt on, got those boots, jeans, shotgun in hand. He doesn't carry it aggressively, like he's not aiming it. He's definitely keeping it pointed at the ground, but he comes walking from the side of the house, and he walks very slowly down to where the two of you are.
Cam, are you staying in the car? Because I asked you to stay in the car, but...
Oh. I feel like... No, I feel like I'll get out and stand by your side, right? Like... I can't drive anyway. What am I going to do?
And he walks down to the fence, to the gate that's on the property. And he says, "Oop, lost Agatha there for a sec." There we go. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were saying, Agatha?
Oh, I was saying that I walk I like stand just slightly in front of Cam.
Okay. He comes down to where you're at, and he says, "Can I help you?"
Hey, so sorry to bother you. The thing is, we saw some like really sketchy people, and we don't know if you saw them too.
Like just now?
No, it's like a while ago. It was at night. Like, if it's you, it's all good. Like, but I just want to double check if y'all, you know. And I'm like, my hands are definitely sweating.
Okay.
Out of my element. Like, there were two people with duffel bags.
When was this, he says?
I don't actually remember, like, outside of the game.
You give him the time it goes.
Yeah.
Did you get a look at them? Did you see what they were looking like?
No, give me a sec. And I'm going to pull out my phone with, like, whatever copy of, like, because I think I don't know if we actually took a picture of, I spent all my preparedness. But, like, what I meant is I want, like, just, like, I like a picture of, like just a screenshot of, like, that video.
Mm-hmm.
So we can just, like, show him.
And it's not great. It's the essentially the picture that Manuel printed on the inkjet from this.
Right.
And he'll look and he'll go to a pair of them then.
Yeah,
any better look at them?
No, I did not, unfortunately. But I see that it's not you. So
no, they came on my property the other night, and got a good deal of my crop.
Does it happen very often? Like they usually get people like people around here?
He looks at you and he goes, "No, I've been pretty careful. Been pretty careful to not let people know that I had it.
Had what?
Oh, I when he said pretty careful, I'm like, oh. And then when you said had what, I like
Kick me.
He looks at you and he goes, wild ginseng. I've been raising wild ginseng. I got a decent crop back there. I lost about 2/3 of it to poachers.
Did you call the cops?
No, because once I call the cops, they're going to stomp around all over this, and I would rather find out myself who this is and deal with them my particular way. And he kind of rubs his hands. You know, you can see he's got those big rings. He's got some tattoos that look bikery to you.
Okay,
Well, who are you? What's your name?
So I'm with my name is Kennedy. I am Kennedy Williams, and I'm with what is the name of our school?
Cam Jones.
I go to school at the Henry D. Thoreau Collegiate Institute.
Oh, my niece goes there.
Ah, yeah. Who's your niece?
Brandy Medina?
I don't know her. Do I know her?
I don't. Let's see. Do you have gossip?
I do have gossip.
Okay. Then, yeah, you would know Brandy. Let me get a picture of Brandy for you.
Is she a hot senior? Okay.
I'll let you be the judge of that.
Okay.
I'm dropping at the bottom of the first column there.
Okay. Oh, I definitely know her.
Yeah. Brandy presents herself as a bad girl.
Yeah, I know her. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
This is pretty cool.
Yep, she's going to go to college.
Yeah? Where?
I don't know, but she's gonna.
She's really smart.
She is.
Okay, so the reason why I specifically came to ask you and why I even got this picture is because our school film club is like, they were like filming some stuff. It's like for a school project or something. And so they got this on film, and then a huge part of their film got stolen. So now we're like trying to find out who did it. And I guess it has something to do with these two dudes, but well, it's fine.
I don't know for movie making. I saw there were people out there with lights the other day, but I was before I went into the VFW. They had bingo.
Didn't peg him for a bingo playing man, but I'm trying to keep that to myself.
Dollar draft night.
Hey man, you do you. Okay, well, I mean, it's fine. So I guess we'll go.
He kind of rests his arms on that the fence now in that way that now he's kind of chatting with you. You're an attractive teenage woman, and he's kind of doing that thing where he's starting to lean in that kind of creepy way. So what, are you a senior?
Nope. I am a sophomore. I am 16.
He looks a little disappointed.
Well, good talking with you. Actually.
Uh-huh.
Do I want to do this?
Yes.
I love that. Actually, I'm going to cut from you. You two head back, get back across the fence then, I assume?
Yeah, here, I'll help you up.
Allison, you muted?
Yeah, I think she was having no trouble getting over until you helped her.
Yeah, definitely.
So classic.
And the car's gone.
Oh man.
Well, okay.
There's just this ruined house. It's kind of getting on dusk. Wind is kind of whipping through here.
I got my bat.
Okay, look. I got a plan. We're gonna be fine. He's like starts just like going over like, don't worry, you're gonna be safe, but you're the one with the bat. Like, obviously doesn't make any sense. He's like, look, just stay close. We're gonna like, where the hell did they go? And he pulls out his phone to text Cam to see where they went.
Nope.
Cam, you're back. This guy is kind of doing that creep on Kennedy, and you'll get the text from your good friend Buck.
Where are you?
My heart definitely catches in my chest, right? Like when I see the text from Buck. And then, can I if our dear friend is chatting with Kennedy, can I take a quick just photo of that and send it back to Buck?
Yeah, that seems easy enough to do. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there's any challenge to doing that. So yeah, they'll send a picture, and you see that guy with the shotgun, kind of doing this. Hey there, creepy look at Kennedy as he's leaning on that fence.
Oh shit, that psycho's creeping on Kennedy.
Oh, well, at least we know where they're at.
Okay.
Tell them to swing by and pick us up and not forget.
Okay. Should we go check out the house?
Sure.
Okay. I text Cam back. Okay, we're around back. We're gonna check out the whatever the house is called, the creepy house.
Mossberg.
Okay. It's Rebecca K, a lowercase K.
Don't leave us.
Then I think you take I wouldn't leave you, Winky Face.
Oh my God.
And then it just says K.
And I think, Buck, Allison, that while there is no evidence, there is nothing here in the Mossberg house. It is a 1-point cool spend because you are teenage kids. It's getting on dark. It's a Blair Witch style house out here in the middle of nowhere. And
it's that super pitch black that only a burned out house can be because it's all like all the char.
Yeah. Every time you step, something gets knocked over or falls. You hear sound off in the distance. Maybe a scurrying. You don't know if there are rats here. You probably walk over and just the last little glint of light will catch on the wasp nest that's up in the rafters. One of those big ones that's kind of built into the side. So yeah, 1 point cool spend. Which brings us back to Kennedy. What is it you say to this gentleman?
I think I kind of changed. Oh, yes. I remember what I was going to say, but I'm not. I've changed my mind. Hey, man. Are you hitting on me?
No, I just, no, I'm not hitting. No, you're 16. I'm not hitting on you. No.
Great.
No, that's how you get on the registry.
It's true. True story. Okay, great. Tell you what, this is my number. I'm gonna write it down.
Are you hitting on me?
Ha 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 ha. Here's my number. So if you see anything before you shoot anyone, maybe let me know. And if I find out anything, I'll let you know as well before I shoot them.
Because no, seriously, if you find anything out and you tell me, there's some money in it for you.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
So you should text me at this number so I can get your number too, and so I can.
Oh,
let you know.
She takes out this shitty phone, crack screen, almost looks like it was like a late generation BlackBerry. And you see him text it, and he'll send you this.
I'm like secretly taking a picture of that phone.
He'll send that on. Okay.
Solid.
Yeah. Kind of looks at finally like maybe at Cameron to kind of get of like, who the hell is this kind of thing.
Catch your own. Okay, let's go.
Like, Cam looks back up from Twitter or whatever it was, like, app he was on, and then like, it's like, oh shit, gets in the car.
And you can drive back around, drive over to, you two have kind of, we see you moving through the house carefully, and then you'll hear the sound of a car approaching the gravel.
Yeah, as the headlights swing across everything, we sort of like, we've been kind of going through cautiously, and I think I probably just turn around and run back towards the car.
Yeah, it's when the headlights go across and it catches, and you see like there's this old doll like sitting on a broken table there, like one eye open. It just catches, and then you two are gone out of there and running for the car. And I think with that information in hand, with those details in hand, I think that's where we're going to stop for today. That's a good midpoint break. We will come back. We are playing in 2 weeks because next week is U.S. Thanksgiving, and that is the greatest week of the year for Sherry and I. So it is all good. That's our family's holiday that we do. So we start on Monday and work all the way till the end of Thursday. It's crazy. Thank you guys so much. This was super fun. This is what I wanted out of Bubblegumshoe. Lots of teen drama. You guys having a chance to interact, having a chance to interact with NPCs, finding out things. So I'm very happy with this. I hope you enjoyed it. Next time we'll play up on this, and I'll definitely try to write up before the session some notes and some points so that we don't come in too cold in 2 weeks. All right. Awesome. Well, I'm going to stop the broadcast.